we have a situation. Okay. Uh-oh, I might be in a predicament. The stuff does expire, so maybe I got sent some stuff that was towards the end of its shelf life, I don't know. But either way, this is going to be a pain. Good morning. So we have a situation. Kimberly will drop some pictures in right here. And what happened was we resealed this hopper last year. Don't know if it was a soft set versus a hard set. Don't know if it did not fully get mixed. It's a two-part system. I have another can of it here somewhere, but it does go out of date too, or it does expire. So anyway, what happened was it was tacky, and then when I got done spraying, I mean, it sealed up the hopper and everything just fine, worked perfectly. But then when I switched and went to cover crop seeding, all my seeds stuck to it. Well, now I need to get all that out of there, because otherwise the seeds are just going to keep breaking loose and they're going to plug my spray system. So we tried to power wash it out this morning. I think maybe she got videos of that. So she'll put those in here as well. And that is not going to work. We got some of it out. They're really kind of embedded in there. So here's where we're at. The auger's got to come out for me to be able to get in there, and I got to go in there and grind it all out just like I did last year. So we're doing it all over again. The last stuff was in quart jars. The company I called, they do a lot of this stuff. They use it in pints, and I think maybe it's just a smaller volume will be easier to make sure it gets mixed up thoroughly. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it again, and hopefully it hard sets this time and the seed will just slide over it this fall instead of sticking to it. So this is not going to be fun, but at least now we know where we're at. The power washing isn't going to work, which we hoped it would. So we just added about 3 or 4 days of work to ourselves here, but at least we still have time. We're going to get it done. So we'll check in with you in a little bit. Okay, so in order to get the auger out, so the bracket splits in half. So we'll pull out 4 bolts. And these 4 bolts here. And then the bracket will drop down and you slide it back. The auger just kind of sits in a pocket there. So this is not a high-speed auger. It doesn't, I mean, yeah, there's a bearing in there, but, so yeah, once I get that bottom bracket out of the way, then I can pull the auger out and get that finagled, and try and get the auger out of here. And then I'll have to get the front section. The front bracket mounts clear up here. That's the goal today, is just to get the auger out. We got a fan running into the bottom of the hopper. We got to get this, you know, I was power washing it this morning. So obviously I want to get it dried back up before I start grinding on it. So as you can see, some of it came out, but it's not all gonna come out. Is what it is. We're back to square one again, but at least we know it now early enough and we can get it done. So the joys of business ownership. Gotta love it.
Yay. Get me to grab you a set of earplugs?
That'd be awesome. Then I can get after it. Glad you didn't let go of them.
Yeah.
I got this side. Go ahead and up and back to that. Maybe right into, here, we'll just hook it to. Okay. Let's see if we can get them 2 bolts out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe better. There she went. Maybe that'll help. Okay. Put that on there. Let me get a hammer.
I got a hammer.
Okay. So there's that piece.
Does that just slide out?
Should.
There you go.
Yikes.
Nice.
Fun. All right. Guess what? I get to get in there to get that out. And I didn't bring my coveralls. So it just hooks onto there. I just got to unhook 2 hydraulic hoses and 4 bolts, and then that'll come out. And then obviously I have access. I can get in there and do what I need to do. This cylinder here, a little bit soggy, so it's got a seal that's leaking. I've got a new cylinder. We're gonna replace that as well, because what happens is you close your lid and you put pressure on this, and then it seeps little drips of oil. And then it gets on your windshield while you're flying, just a little bit, not terrible. But whenever you see oil on your windshield, your first concern is your prop. So I don't need oil on my windshield at all, but it really makes you concerned when you start getting it on your windshield. But relieved that I know where it's coming from. It's coming from that cylinder, so I don't want to climb in there with these clothes on, I don't think. I need to get this done though, because I'm going to the chiropractor in about 4 hours, so I need to get this stuff done, because I'll probably mess up my back again if I were to do it after I went to the chiropractor. So,
And maybe after the chiropractor, you'll take the rest of the day off, just to kind of relax a little bit.
that would be good.
Yeah.
That would be a great thing. So we'll catch you guys in a bit after I figure out how I'm going to tackle this. Why are you laughing at me?
Well, I'm smiling and it's coming out. I'm smiling inside, but it's coming out because I'm not the one going in.
Ha! Thanks for your support. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for doing this. Actually, the reason I was smiling is because last time you freaked Gracie out.
Oh.
What are you barking at me like that for, you silly?
I'll unhook the hydraulic lines, and then we'll get those lines plugged, and then we'll worry about getting the front bracket disconnected.
Is that fan okay?
I think so. It's giving me a fresh supply of air.
Yes.
Oh, this is not fun. on. My hip is not moving like it should. Ouch. But I need to get this done before I go to the chiropractor and get fixed up. Okay. I believe that's what I need. Not for certain, but going down.
Be careful in there.
Okay. Ow. All right. I'm in. Oh, nice.
So he has to brace himself against the back so he doesn't fall down through the hopper.
Okay, it's out. I've got the hose fed back into itself. We'll have to them holes sealed back up, but I think I'm ready to get out of here.
Good.
It's hard to do with a bad back. Ugh. Okay. Whew. That wasn't terrible. I've done a lot worse things.
Really glad you had that suit on.
Yeah, the
Your
suit
back
was
is bad.
the suit was sticking to the stuff. Okay. Uh-oh, I might be in a predicament.
Now, do you need my help with that?
I might need. That's not terrible. Woohoo!
Nice.
Fun times. Going in. I might need those glasses that are up there. Every one of these seeds has to be out of here.
So he tried grinding it, and this is much more productive to use this.
I think it was just plugging up the discs with this sticky stuff. So we're not sure if, I think I said this already, but we're not sure if it didn't get mixed up correctly or the stuff does expire. So maybe I got sent some stuff that was towards the end of its shelf life. I don't know. But either way, this is going to be a pain.
It sealed it.
It sure did. Just didn't give us a hard set like we needed.
Yeah.
The seed should have just slid right off of it. And we did let it cure for a couple days before we used the airplane, so. And just for the record, I mean, you've got a fiberglass tank, you've got all these supports in here that are bolted through, so a brand new tank will need sealed. So it's not like it was a faulty hopper or anything. It's just they're sealed from the factory, and over time they just got to be resealed. So I just got out of the hopper. We were both in here. Kimberly's up front working up there, we've made some good progress getting it cleaned out. So appreciate her getting in and helping me. She's sticking to it.
Sticky.
It's sticky, all right. So there's a pail down there. We've got over half full, and I'll show you what's on the ground. Yeah, so we're over half done anyway. Okay. Oh, fun stuff. Way better than what it was. I just need to get this stuff down at the bottom, so. All right, suiting up again. We're going to mix up one of these. I got 6 pints of this adhesive, sealer, whatever. So, read the instructions, make sure we're doing this correctly. It expires on November of 2024, so we're good there. Mix part A until homogeneous, then mix entire contents of part A into part B and mix until uniformity. Alright, homogeneous it is. I'm assuming that means thoroughly mixed. So then what we'll do is we're going to put 1 pint in and let it cure and see what we end up with. So we'll see. And this stuff is stinky, but it works very well. All right.
I wonder why adhesive
Cool.
has to be stinky. Why?
Yeah, that's gross. This different color. Okay, homogeneous. So this.
So kind of like pudding. You'd want it to be nice and creamy and.
I'm assuming we want all that in there. Okay. I'm gonna use this side. Well, that looks homogeneous to me.
Wow. It's almost a sewer smell.
Mm-hmm.
We have to describe it so that the
Viewers can understand what we're smelling right now.
yeah. It's far from sweet. It's very
Nasty.
yeah. Sewerish.
We'll make sure we get it all out of there because these parts are very specific on this stuff. Okay. This kind of giving us an idea of what we need to get for more supplies too.
Yes.
Let's kind of make it so we can get this stuff spread out pretty decent to begin with.
It's kind of like putting frosting on cake.
Mm-hmm. Hope I never have to eat a cake that smells like this.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they allow for a little bit that doesn't come out of the container. I would sure hope so.
Lucky for me, I have my essential oils little.
Yeah. All right. Don't know what the best way of mixing this stuff is, but
I think it's good you have plenty of space.
right.
Not too small of a container. I hope Gracie's fur doesn't smell like this when we take her home.
Yeah, no kidding. Glad I didn't have a quart to mix up.
Yeah.
What do you think, peeps? Are we mixed? Good?
I don't see any different colored streaks anymore.
Oh, there we go. Scrape the side and look what we got.
Oh, yeah.
Almost got ahead of ourselves.
Kind of like kneading bread. You got to keep doing it. Might be tiring, but you got to keep doing it. Hannah suggested using like a mixer that has a drill bit, but I don't think that would work very good. It would just sling it everywhere.
Yep. Making progress, huh?
Yep.
Good to be at this point. All right. Get this one done and we'll see how it cures. Okay guys, welcome back. We had put some of the sealant in the aircraft hopper. They come in pint jugs. I think you can get them in quarts too, but so it's just a two-part deal. But anyway, we mixed up one of these the other day, put it up top, and it has been 2 days, at least a day and a half. It was like 5 or 6 o'clock that night, so it's like noon 2 days later. So not quite 48 hours, but we're gonna crawl up there and see if it is in fact setting up better than the last stuff did and that it's not sticky or tacky. So anyway, let's check that out. Watch out, don't trip over the John Deere. We do have the fan running underneath for airflow. Try and get it to cure better. Let's see what we got. Bingo. That is solid, not tacky. Solid, not tacky. That's what we want. So, we got to cover everything, because this stuff's kind of sticky, whereas that is not. So, anywhere that stuff was, we're going to have to cover it, or we will end up doing this all over again. So, now we know for sure that stuff is working correctly. Ugh. So, that'll be next. One of the next things, we'll finish that. We got to get these. I don't think I'm gonna put the auger back in for spray season. Sorry, because the person behind the camera is motioning that my light was shining at you. So, I'm not sure. We should weigh that auger once it's out and see how much it weighs. But even if it's only 100 pounds, that's 100 pounds that I'm not hauling every load while I'm spraying. So it's out because of this deal. We will probably keep it out. Now when we put it back in for cover crop seeding, then at that point I'll have to decide next year if I'm going to take it out for spraying or not. But anyway, that's not for today. But another thing that's on the list coming up on this plane before we get all of the sealing done, sealing of the hopper, not sealing like sealing in the hangar or sealing in your living room, not that type of sealing. The last time I filled this with water, where this return line goes into the side of the hopper, I just had a real slow drip under here. So I need to figure out, do I just reseal it from inside, or do I tear this apart, reseal again between this piece and that piece, or can I just get by with putting the adhesive over top? And that stuff is very good. It will do it. But anyway, it might be the easier fix because Kimberly just got a text from the Pioneer dealer locally yesterday saying that their computers and crop forecasting models are saying that we could be flying on fungicide by July 1st, which would be the earliest in this area that we've ever flown on fungicide. So it right now is what, the 21st or something? 22nd. So we have got to get this finished up. So therefore that piece, that might just be sealed from the inside. Yeah, we got to get this finished up. So I'm done working on the farm for a while because I've got to get this done and ready to go. Pint number 2. This part A needs mixed thoroughly. What was the word? Homogeneous?
Yes.
Needs to be homogeneous.
Homogeneous.
Genius! Hoping to get 2 more pints in there today. Homogeneous. Okay.
So right now it is 83 degrees outside, but it feels like 95.
Yeah.
Very humid.
Yep.
And we are very grateful that we have this hangar to work in that is, we have dehumidifiers going so it stays not so humid, and keep the doors closed. We can work without being overwhelmed.
Yeah. Homogeneous.
Yep.
This is not fun. I'll put that right out there. It's definitely not a fun task, but needs to be done. And then hopefully this time, if it's done right, won't have to do it again.
Right.
All right, homogeneous. come on in. Part A and Part B mixes to make our adhesive that will hopefully cure correctly and not be sticky and not let my seed stick to it. So that would be good. So this will make a kind of a gray looking mixture when it's done. So that is 1 pint. I think each one of these pints is like, I don't know, 180 bucks or something like that. It's not cheap, but if this fixes the issue, then we will be very happy.
Well worth it.
Well worth it. It's actually made to seal the inside of fuel tanks. So very much capable of being around harsh liquids. All right, I'm gonna get ready to go in. We'll get 2 of these done and use that same putty, or the same mixing container. That air feels good, that's for sure. All right, here we go. Go get another one.
Okay.
Okay, so we put 3 pints in there. It comes in by the pint. So I ordered 6 total. I did 1 the other day, 3 today. I've got 2 left. I think I'm gonna order at least 3 more. I would prefer to have one sitting around just in case. Like I said, it's got a shelf life. This stuff is good until November. I had bought it by the quart before. But let me look at get some glasses on. My safety glasses have bifocals in them. Expiration date, March of 24. So that's probably 350 bucks right there that I didn't use, but it's basically cheap insurance. In case you need any during the season, you have it here on site. So I'll probably start buying it by the pint now instead of by the quart. And it is more expensive by the pint, but I would only thrown away 180 bucks instead of 340 or 50. So.
And it's easier for you to mix up a pint instead of trying to get a whole quart.
A pint is bad enough to get mixed up. So a quart is really, and that may be what happened. It's just so hard to get that all mixed up thoroughly that maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's why it didn't seal and harden like it should have. So the stuff we put in a day and a half ago looks great. I think I told you that already. So now we'll have 3 more pints in there. We're just kind of working our way down, and then probably next time we'll start at the bottom and work our way back up, meet in the middle somewhere, and go from there. So a little bit, uh-oh, that ain't good. So I gotta get that cleaned off. I only got one of these shirts.
Yeah, whatever.